Oh yeah, that one wanted to turn. But that doesn't make it a bad disc. With Understable disc, the question is not just, is it too flippy? The question is it too flippy for your speed? For the final 1010 review, we saved the flippiest group for last. Latitude 64 Diamond, the Prodigy F9, the Discmania Function, and the DGA Vortex. There's probably not one best disc here. There's just the best disc for your arm speed. We tested them at MA40, MA50, and MA60 power levels. And the weight spread in this group is a story on its own, from 157 grams all the way to 175. First up, the Latitude 64 Diamond. 157 grams, the lightest disc in the test by a lot. At MA50, it averaged 269 feet. It was the distance winner at that power level. The lightweight helped it get up to speed and keep it moving. But lightweight on a flippy disc is a double-edged sword. It can also mean more turn than you wanted. Diamond is for MA50 players who want easy distance, just don't force it. Next is the Prodigy F9, 175 grams, and the flippiest numbers on paper. But it did not win the distance at any power level. Most understable on paper does not mean most usable distance. The F9 is a touch disc. Slow, smooth release. Flips up early. It rewards patience, not power. If that matches your game, it may be worth testing. But go in knowing it rewards a light touch. Third is the Discmania Function, 174 grams. This is the one that stood out the most to me. At MA40, it averaged 336 feet, the longest in the test. And it had the tightest MA40 spread at 46 feet. At MA60, it also won with an average of 211 feet. There was one obvious miss in the MA50 data. I'm leaving it in the numbers because it was part of the test. But even with that miss, the Function is the strongest overall performer in that group. Distance and repeatability. That is the combination I'm looking for. Last is the DGA Vortex, 168 grams. It did not win a single distance category, but it made the strongest case for control. At MA50, it was only 9 feet behind the Diamond. At MA60, it had the tightest spread in that group at 44 feet. That is the Vortex value. Not the biggest number, the most repeatable window. All right, here's how I'd look at it by power level. If you're MA40 power, I'd start with the Function. Longest distance, tightest spread. If you're MA50 power, the Diamond made the strongest case for distance. The Vortex was close. Go Diamond if you want that extra yards, Vortex if you want the more reliable window. If you're MA60 power, the Function gives you the bigger push. The Vortex gives you the tightest flight path though. As for the F9, if you have a slower, smoother release and want something that flips early, it may fit you. Just know it rewards a light touch. One thing I would not ignore across all of them, weight. 157 grams behaves very differently from 175. Match the disc to your speed, not just to the turn number. And that's a wrap for the 1010 review series. More turn can help a Masters player, but only if you can still control the flight. That's why speed matching matters more than chasing the flippiest number on the chart. And next week, we're looking at what happens to Masters players on the back nine and how fatigue can play a role in poor scores. If you're a Masters player trying to play smarter, play longer, this channel is built for you. If you missed the first two 1010 episodes, I'll link those on the screen. Play smarter, play longer.